Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to a brand new edition of Southern States Wrestling. I'm your host, Dakota Booth. We've got a big program in store for you tonight, including the start of the Southern States title tournament. And Misty James continues to chase her ladies' title that she's hoping to regain. But before we get into any of the action, I want to tell you about our next big television taping, and that's going to be May 16th at the Gray Community Center in Gray, Tennessee, right next to the Gray Volunteer Fire Department. There's going to be limited seating and a low ticket price, so be sure to come out early and get there before 8 o'clock when bell time starts. We're also asking that you bring a can of food to donate to the food pantry that they have there at the Gray Community Center. So let's get right into the action, throw it down to the ring for our first round of the Southern States title tournament with Kool against Krunch.
All right, should be a great contest here as we've got Kool squaring off against Krunch of the Death Riders. They've locked up collar and elbow as Krunch has pulled his man into a side headlock position. Kool, of course, has been involved in all kinds of shenanigans here. And Krunch caught him right there with a big shoulder block takeover. Up and over his man, and Krunch caught him with that hard kick right there. Follows it up with a clothesline. And he's got Kool in a lot of trouble here in the opening moments, Dakota.
So much so that Kool felt the need to cool off, if you will, and take a roll out of the ring.
He's trying to break that momentum as Krunch was definitely on a bit of a roll there. And that's part of the mental game of the sport of wrestling, if you will. When your opponent is putting a hurting on you like that, you got to break that momentum. Oh, and Kool came in the hard way right there, landed right on his lower back, and Krunch is right back into work on him.
Krunch with a whip right into the ropes, catches him with a big forearm elbow right to the chest. And Kool again rolls right out of the ring.
Well, you know, nobody likes this tactic, but it does come in rather handy when somebody's putting a hurting on you. You roll out of the ring, you break the momentum, regroup, and try to get back in there and make things go more your way. Kool now doing a few aerobics out at ringside, getting stretched out. All these things should have been done before he got in the ring, of course. Krunch is ready to go. He's always ready for a fight.
Yeah, Krunch doesn't really appreciate somebody using his own dirty tricks against him, it seems.
Right. Kool, of course, has had an extended history with DeAndre Jackson and, of course, Ray Idol, and he has perpetrated some evil deeds. But, Krunch right there just exploded out of the corner, caught Kool with that clothesline right to the side of the head, and a hard uppercut blow right there. Krunch doesn't care. He'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, in a wrestling ring, back alley, a bar. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely right. I've heard the stories. So I know all about what Krunch is capable of in and outside of the ring, as you mentioned, Joe.
Krunch now takes his man, Irish Whip. Kool scrambled out of from underneath that one, and now he's back out on the floor again. I think he spent more time on the floor than he has in the ring.
I think you might be right there. And he's asking for a timeout from the referee. Is he running back to the locker room?
He is. He's gone back to the locker room at this point in time.
If Krunch wouldn't keep distracting the referee, he might be able to get a 10 count here. But Kool's coming out. He's got money in his hand. What is he doing? I can't believe this. What's going on?
He's offering to pay Krunch, and of course, if there's one thing we know that motivates the Death Riders, is cold hard cash. That's been well established. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Yep, he's taking the money. He's taking the money.
Is this real life? Is this really happening right now? That is a 3 count. That is a 3 count. I cannot believe what we just witnessed.
Kyle Kool has just bought himself a victory.
I guess he is technically the winner. He's wiping his hands clean like he's his hands raised. Krunch is just over there counting his cash.
You did all right. You're buying dinner then, right?
I'll make it to the Cracker Barrel.
There you saw Kyle Kool winning in an unorthodox way against Krunch to get into the Southern States title match. So be sure to stay tuned. We've got the second round 1 matchup with Frank Parker against Ray Idol a little bit later on in the program. Right now I want to tell you one more time about our next big television taping. It's going to be May 16th at the Gray Community Center in Gray, Tennessee, right next to the Gray Volunteer Fire Department. Be sure to get out there early. Bell time is at 8, and we request that you bring a can of food to donate to the food pantry they have there at the Gray Community Center. Joe Wheeler caught up with Scott Sterling to hear about his match that's going to be happening in Gray. So let's see what Scott Sterling had to say.
Scott Sterling, come on in here. I know there's a lot going on. You guys losing the tag team titles, but Jake says things are not done as far as he's concerned.
It's not done. Last time in Rogersville, probably the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me in my career. That punk, Jake Booth, slipped one over on me. You seen it. The fans seen it. Pulling my trunks, keeping my shoulders to the mat. That's Jake Booth. I've got you one-on-one in the ring. I don't care what it takes. You will not make a name for yourself on my shoulders. You will not come in to my sport with the expressway to the top. Last time we was in Rogersville, you embarrassed me. This time, I'm putting an end to you before your career gets started.
Scott, there is one stipulation in this match on May the 10th. I'm not sure if you're aware of or not because it has been recently signed. There will be a special guest referee for your match with Jake Booth. That special guest referee will be Beau James. Not my doing, sir.
I told you, Joe Wheeler, the last time we was in Rogersville, I said you better get it fixed. This is your idea of getting something fixed. Beau James, I don't care if you're the referee. I don't care if you're the valet. I don't care if you're the ring attendant. You get in my business, you know what happens. Who put you on the sidelines anyway? I don't care. All you got to do is know that when I get in that ring and I'm slapping your punk nephew, all it takes is one time. You not catching your eye, not watching what I'm doing, and I'll slip you, buddy. I'll slip you, and you know what I can do. Jake Booth, you can hide behind your uncle. You can hide behind the rest of your family. There's no more hiding. I've got some revenge to dish out on you for the embarrassment that you caused me last time in Rogersville. Beau James, you get in my way, you know what happens, brother.
Fans, you don't want to miss.
Calvary Baptist Church, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. Regular schedule of services: Sunday, 9:15 a.m. for Bible study fellowship class for all ages. 10:30 a.m. worship. 6 p.m. blast for children, wake for youth. Sunday night life for adults. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. children and youth activities. 3D Bible study for adults.
If you are part of a non-profit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
The TV stars of Southern States Wrestling are coming to a town near you. Friday night, May 30th. St. Paul, Virginia. Free admission. Clinch River Days. The Iron Cross. Joe Briggs, Jake Booth, and more in St. Paul. Saturday, May 24th. Recreation Center, Harrisburg, Virginia. a fundraiser for the Relay for Life. Misty James, Stan Lee, Scott Sterling, Frank Parker, Jake Booth, and a whole lot more in Pearisburg, Virginia. Just added, Friday, May 16th, Gray, Tennessee at the Community Center, next to the Gray Volunteer Fire Department. Television taping for Southern States Wrestling's Power Half Hour. Limited seating, all seats only $7. Please bring a can of food for the Gray Food Pantry. That's Southern States Wrestling television taping Friday, May 16th, 8 p.m., Community Center, Gray, Tennessee, next door to the Gray Volunteer Fire Department. Limited seating. Get there early. Be there.
But Jake, you've also got a lights out, non-sanctioned match. You and Scott Sterling one-on-one, and the special guest referee is none other than Beau James.
That's right, Joe Willie. You see, April the 4th, it wasn't over with. Frank Parker outpinned you right in the ring, 1, 2, 3 in front of everybody. But that wasn't it. It's not over. That's just half of the team. Scott Sterling, I'm coming to end you just like I ended Frank Parker. I'm coming to take your head off just like I did Frank Parker right in the middle of the ring. It's going to happen. It's happened soon.
Fans, you don't want to miss it.
There you saw some upcoming events. Be sure to mark those on your calendar. Come out and hang out with us. We would love to see you there. Now, if you've been with us the past few weeks, you know that Misty James has been on a mission to regain her ladies title from Miss Rachael. So let's take a look at some highlights from this past weekend in McMinnville, Tennessee, where Misty James had a chance to regain her title in the same building she lost it in. Now I want you to keep an eye on Laura Lou right outside the ring also.
Stacy, before we get started, I don't think I need to remind you, last time these girls left on bad terms, the last time they met in this ring. Yes, they left in bad terms. Bad terms. Mr. James, obviously a crowd favorite here at Tennessee All-Pro Wrestling. And a commentator favorite, too. Oh, yeah, definitely a commentator favorite. You got a thing for Misty James. It's no secret around the locker room. We all know it.
Yeah, we like that country music.
Yeah, country strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. I heard you got a T-shirt. It says country star, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep it under the check shirt here. It's Rachael powering out of that.
You always got to be careful. The lovely Laura Lou sometimes does things that are less than lovely at ringside. I'm not trying to throw dispersions anywhere, but
Miss Rachael coming all the way from London, England.
Look at that takeover.
And you know, the Queen just had a birthday last week.
Did the Queen have a birthday?
I wonder if she was invited to the palace.
It's called a ball. It is a palace ball.
Birthday ball.
Ball.
Oh, that's takedown.
What the?
What? There's some more shenanigans going on.
I think there's shenanigans. I mean, the referee likes girls, and he likes being touched by girls, but probably not in the middle of a match.
Oh! What a collision!
He did.
Both of the ladies are down. Misty James off of Miss Rachael.
Oh! That's a long ways down,
It
Stacey.
sure is.
And that's concrete. That's concrete down there. They are hard
Now,
steps.
Miss Rachael having a talking to the referee about something.
I wonder if she understands, you know, she's from England, you know, and we got accents here.
Maybe she's asking him out on a date or something.
I don't know.
Maybe they're going to have some tea.
The referee does like women.
And he likes tea and crumpets.
Hey, does he like tea and crumpets? I didn't know that. That's a pelvic thrust going on there.
Can you say that?
I just did into the microphone.
Okay. Oh, look
That's
at
her
that.
hair.
Standing on her
stood on it.
Was it your wife?
No, it wasn't my wife.
Miss Rachael really digging in that chin lock. Referee right there to see if Misty James wants to give it up. Of course, we know that's not going to happen.
She may go for a doze, though. Her eyes are closed. She may be going for a siesta. That's not really British. I don't know what they call it over there.
Her arm just dropped once. Or twice. One more. It's over.
It's over. I think it's over. Not. It's not over. It's not over.
Misty James catches it. Oh! There's somebody needs some more.
That is 1, 2, and oh! Country strong. Misty James almost winning. Oh, wow! I think she maybe got a poke in the eye right there. She came in for a double axe hammer. Oh my! Right on the chest. Man, we're getting close to an international incident here, Stacy.
How hot is it for her to stand on your chest?
I don't know. Look, people.
Miss Rachael, series of shoulder blows.
Miss Rachael telling the chairman about it while she's doing it. She said they're talking from the ring. Oh, kick to the back. That'll loosen the phlegm if you got any, let me tell you.
Yeah, and her way out that way.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's a cocky. That is a cocky pin right there. Didn't bother hooking the leg or nothing. She didn't hook nothing to cry out loud. Just one foot on the chest. Oh, you can hear this. She is laying it too. Oh, wow. 1, 2, and no. That's just 2.5. That is 2.5. Misty James, thought she had that one.
We're 5 minutes into the match. 5 minutes in.
5 minutes. Here we go. Oh, she couldn't get her over. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by pinfall, she is Miss Rachael.
There you saw once again Misty James unable to win back her title due to some outside interference. But be sure to come out to the Gray Community Center on Friday, May the 16th, 8 p.m. bell time, where Misty James will get another shot to regain her title, and it might be her last against Miss Rachael. So be sure to get there early. There's limited seating, and we ask that you bring a can of food to donate to the Gray Food Pantry there at the Gray Community Center. So be sure to stay tuned. We've got our big main event next. Attention Mountain Empire. Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots on Southern States Wrestling, reaching over 150,000 homes in the Mountain Empire and the world with YouTube. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email sswking@aol.com for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up.
The TV stars of Southern States Wrestling are coming to a town near you. Friday night, May 30th. St. Paul, Virginia. Free admission. Clinch River Days. The Iron Cross. Joe Briggs, Jake Booth, and more in St. Paul. Saturday, May 24th. Recreation Center, Harrisburg, Virginia. A fundraiser for the Relay for Life. Misty James, Stan Lee, Scott Sterling, Frank Parker, Jake Booth, and a whole lot more in Harrisburg, Virginia.
Hey you, get off the couch and get out to Samson's Gym. in St. Paul, Virginia. Nautilus equipment, free weights, Smith & Cable machines, step aerobics, boxing equipment, cardiovascular equipment, tanning bed, drink bar, fitness wear, supplements, and more. Plus an instructor on duty at all times. Call 762-7170. Samson's Gym, your one stop for fitness since 1990.
Starting it off this week for you as Frank Parker versus Ray Idle. This is round one of the tournament to crown our new heavyweight champion right here. As Parker and Idle, of course, are very familiar with one another, Dakota.
Yes, they sure are, and Ray Idle going straight to the face of Frank Parker here early in this match. He knows where to do the most damage, and that's exactly where he's focusing in on.
And of course, both of these guys, former Southern States heavyweight champions, and both of them are quite capable of being heavyweight champion once again, no question about that, as we're into round one of our tournament to crown a new Southern States Wrestling heavyweight champion. For those of you that didn't catch our special announcement about that, Eric Darkstorm has been stripped of the title due to non-compliance with the board of directors and the championship committee for non-defense of the title. So we are into this situation now where we are having a tournament to crown a new heavyweight champion.
And Ray Idle not only has to deal with Frank Parker in the ring, but he's got to keep his eye on Joe Briggs outside of the ring. You never know what he's going to do to try to tip the scales in the favor of his new buddy, Frank Parker.
Fans, don't forget you want to be sure to join us on Saturday, May the 10th, Rogersville, Tennessee, at the National Guard Armory. It is Southern States Wrestling Spring Spectacular, as Idle got a quick 2 count right there on Frank Parker. But Saturday, May the 10th, Rogersville, all the titles will be on the line in Rogersville on May the 10th. And, of course, May the 23rd, we'll be in Pearisburg, Virginia at the Recreation Center for a huge event for Relay for Life. That's on May the 23rd in Pearisburg, Virginia. Ray Otto staying focused on that arm of Frank Parker's, at least for the moment, as we've got 2 powerhouses in here. This match could be a main event anywhere in the country.
Frank Parker using that 5 count to his fullest, as well as throwing in some extra elbows while he's got Ray Idle in the corner. Power shoving Idle into the corner, spinning around, and catches a big boot to the face from Ray Idle right there. And follows it up with a big clothesline. Gets down with a quick pin, and it's just a 2 count.
Ray
one more time, and again, just a 2 count. One more time, and another 2 count. Ray Idle is determined to get this one over quick.
Absolutely right, Dakota. He is trying to get that pinfall, as Joe Briggs now having a few words of advice in there for Frank, letting him know that he's behind him. He's got his back, if you will. But looks like Frank might have got poked in the eyes, perhaps. He's seems to have some trouble regaining his vision. And he is complaining to the referee that he got his eyes poked there. Frank went for a kick right there, but Ray caught him and spins him around now. Got him with a big clothesline right there, as Frank is in trouble at this point in time. Oh, Ray caught him with a nice drop kick, a short drop kick right to the face. He's in for that cover again, and only a 2 count before Frank was able to get into the ropes. There's a thumb to the eye. Frank Parker with a big double axe handle blow right there on Ray Idle. Now brings him over here to the near side. Keep an eye on Joe Briggs there. I'm sure he's going to get involved if he can.
There he is. He found his spot, and he's taking full advantage of it.
All the time referee was tied up. He didn't see any of it. Joe Briggs did his damage and got out of there. Frank Parker now with a chokehold on Ray Idle, or excuse me, using his foot to choke him with. Wasn't exactly a technical chokehold. Frank Parker continuing to put the boots to Ray Idle here. And again, Parker tying up the referee over on the side, and that allows Joe Briggs to go in and take several shots on Ray Idle. Joe Briggs is fitting right in there in his alliance with Frank Parker and Scott Sterling. And I tell you what, between the 3 of them, they can do some serious damage, Dakota.
They sure can, and Frank Parker's bragging that he's finally got this numbers game kind of even now that he's got Joe Briggs in his corner. But know, sometimes numbers lie. So we'll just let that all play out, and we'll see exactly what happens in the future with that situation. As Ray Idle is starting to try to fight back here, but he keeps catching those big right hands from Frank Parker. Big boot right to the gut of Ray Idle. Ray Idle is starting to get up. He's trapped in the corner though. Frank Parker, big right hand to the head of Ray Idle. Big boot right to the head. Frank Parker is relentlessly going after that head of Ray Idle.
Parker now bring Idle back up. Joe Briggs caught him right there. And now double team action happening here on Ray Idle as Briggs.
And here's Beau James to the ring. He's going to make sure that Joe Briggs isn't going to interfere in this match anymore.
Oh, there you go.
3 count on Ray Idle. Ray Idle wins the match.
Well, James, you certainly made your presence known at ringside real fast and turned things around there real fast. Good to see you back down even near the ring.
You know, it's going on 5 months that I've not been able to get in this ring, and I've not been able to do what I love. But I want to say this real fast. First of all, you know, Frank Parker ran his mouth and he talked about don't show your face till you're ready to fight. This is 2 different times I've shown my face ready to fight, and we don't see Frank Parker. He doesn't stay around very long, does he? He makes like trailways and he gets out of here. Now, Ray Idle's one step closer to the Southern States title. But I want to say this, Frank Parker, my mother told me a few weeks ago, she said, you know, the old Beau James would have never been hurt like he was Christmas night. The old Beau James would have never got beat up like that. So I went and I blew the dust off of it, and I got something for you, my bag of tricks right here. Ray Idle, he knows all about this. Jake Booth knows all about this, and Frank Parker, what in the world do I have up my sleeve waiting on you? Could it be some nunchucks? Could I throw some powder in your eyes, beat you over the head while you can't see? Maybe bust your head right in the middle between your eyes. Maybe a pair of brass knucks. Joe Wheeler, I've got a long history of setting people on fire around here. Maybe that's something waiting on him too. People know all about that.
Could happen.
If that don't get the job done, maybe we make an electrifying evening the next time I see him and I stick this right to his bald head. I am done talking. I am finished sitting on the sidelines. I'm not able to get in here and wrestle just yet. But Frank Parker, Scott Sterling, and now their new little buddy, Joe Briggs, their little stooge that's running around with them. You see Ray Idle, you see Beau James, you see Jake Booth. You better realize that we're coming for blood. I'm coming to get even. I'm coming to settle the score. There's a reckoning coming for you, Frank Parker, and it's coming at my hands.
Ray Idle, I think that fire has been lit again with Beau James.
I believe it has, Joe Wheeler. You know, tonight was about retribution. For the first time, Frank Parker, I beat you one-on-one, a little bit of help from Beau James, but that's what Frank Parker is used to. He's used to having somebody come out and help him. Tonight, we just evened the odds. I came out on top, and that's the way it's going to be.
There you have it, fans. Ray Idle and Beau James. Be on the lookout for them.
Thank you for tuning in to Southern States Wrestling. Be sure to tune in next week when we see Misty James taking on another top competitor in Rebecca Lynn. Last week we saw them brawl outside the ring. Next week we're going to see them actually in the ring. Also next week we're going to be crowning a new Southern States champion as Kool and Ray Idle have made it to the finals of that tournament. We're also going to be bringing you up to date for all of the events coming up in the Mountain Empire. So until next week, stay classy.